So we went to my son's middle school open house tonight. Fantastic. Always love hearing the teachers say great things about your kid. It's always wonderful. But it really got me thinking about teachers in general. Actually, when I was growing up, when I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a teacher. And the challenge I always used to say was I always wanted to be a teacher. I just didn't want to have to deal with the school system. So I wanted to start my own school. That was my dream in my early 20s, was to start my own school. Didn't quite work out that way. But in a way, it did, because here I am teaching in my own manner. But there's a quote that I absolutely love about teachers, and it's by Henry Adams. It's, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops." So I wanted to talk about that after the intro. Welcome to my journey of self-discovery, life balance, career success, and business creation. This podcast works to answer the question of how successful professionals like us stop drifting and get focused on keeping our careers and businesses growing rapidly while having a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love. What we call the Third Power Life. And this is the Third Power Life Podcast. So a teacher affects eternity. I can't tell you how much I love that phrase. And it is so true, right? As as parents, I've talked in the past about generational habits, that the things that we're teaching our children will ripple forward into future generations, whether it's good or bad. So please be very careful in the habits that you're passing on to your children. And that's why being that good role model is so critical. And for teachers, that's their job. That's their profession. That is their calling. They are eternity affectors, right? They are creating ripples in our world, in eternity, that the things that they're teaching. And I can see when my son goes to his favorite teachers at his school, even some that were his teachers in the previous years, and the effect that has had, the ripple that's still moving forward, is incredible. To see. And I had teachers when I was in school that affected me and changed the course of my life. I talk about my middle school guidance counselor all the time in my stories, talking about how I had a middle school guidance counselor sit me down and in their office and go, "Dan, what do you think the world owes you?" And I was 12 or 13. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Right? And he goes, "The world doesn't owe you anything. You were given a gift. The world gave you a gift, the gift of life. And so it's now your job to pay back that gift. So it's up to you to make the world a better place because you've been here. So the world doesn't owe you anything. You owe the world." I still remember that, and that was 40 years ago, okay? Right? That had a profound impact on my life. I'm here talking to you because of that guidance counselor. It's one of my great, what's the word? One of my great regrets that I don't remember the name of that guidance counselor. Because they set me on a path to make the world a better place. What impact are you going to have? And so the teachers that I see that, my son ran to go say hi and, instill that desire for learning. And I know that they're not just doing it for my son. They're doing it for hundreds of kids every year to instill that desire to learn. And so we all can be teachers in our own way, right? Again, I give all the credit possible to the teachers, especially middle school teachers. Just saying, but but people who make that their profession, thank you. I mean, truly, thank you. But also, all of us have the ability to be a teacher in someone's life. And the ripples from that, we can all affect eternity. And I hope in some small way that what I do through my messaging and through my podcast and my talks and all of that is I'm hoping in some small way to affect eternity. And that's what I love to do. And so find your passion, find your, what I call your lighthouse, your lighthouse subjects. How can you be a teacher? How can you be a lighthouse, a guide for someone in their life? And know that you truly are affecting eternity because you're affecting the future. Anyway, teachers, why we truly do live our lives to the third power. So until tomorrow, my friends. I'm glad you enjoyed this podcast. Please let us know what impacted you in today's episode. You can join our Discord or Facebook community to connect with like-minded people that want a real third power life. You can go to thirdpowerlife.com or look in the show notes for links. And remember, hit that like, subscribe, and rate button for the Third Power Life podcast. Until next time.